Happy New Year to everyone out there in the hobby. What we're about to reveal are my top 21 pickups of 2021. Here we go. What's going on? Bowman 1951 here. That's right, we have got a stack of 21 cards out here. We're going to call them trading cards because we've got some non-sports, some sports, graded, autographed, non-autographed, you name it. We're going all around the hobby to figure out what I liked, what I focused on for 2021. As I go out here and grab the first card, these are mainly in order. It's kind of like a countdown. And this first one, like I said, there are some non-sports in here. It is special to me for other reasons. This is the 2009 Topps American Heritage Paul Revere. It is a chrome card. It's an old top loader here. Just ignore that there. And they are serial numbered to 1776. How cool is that? So, reason I love this card so much, I lived in the town of Medford, Massachusetts for about 10 years and used to walk by the markings for Paul Revere's ride almost on a weekly basis. I go out to my favorite breakfast spot and there they were. So really have a special connection to Paul Revere around here and just love visiting all the historical sites in the area. Next up at number 20. Now I don't consider myself collecting a ton of autographs. I might have 10 in my PC overall. But I did add a bunch this year that you're going to see featured. So up first here, this is not a rookie card. It's going to be from 2019. It's going to be the Blue Ink Heritage Rafael Devers. I was after a Devers autograph. Didn't see any that I really liked in my affordable range from his rookie year. So I went with a second year from a guy on Twitter. Thank you for the easy deal. And this was added, I think, in the fall of 2021. So really loving this one. I have it displayed in my house. And it's a great card overall. I love the on-card autos from Heritage. Up next, we've got a pickup from the Best Flippin' Card Show, a card show I launched in 2021. I consider one of my biggest hobby accomplishments. It's going to be a 2002 Topps Chrome of Tom Brady. I didn't have this in a Chrome version. I realized it's only a near mint 7. You can see it's pretty off-center there, left to right. One of the only flaws here within the card, and I just wanted to grab a Chrome version. Didn't have one, got it at a good price from one of the many wonderful dealers we have there at our card show, and just needed to add some more early graded Bradys. So there we go at number 19. Here's another new addition to the family. And believe it or not, this is the only BGS card I have in my entire collection. This is going to be a Robert Parish. This is a 93-94 finest refractor. So these are pretty tough to find. Anybody chasing the Jordan of this, you will know how difficult it is to get, not only in high grade, but at a very decent price. Was okay with the 8.5 here. I guess the surface has some minor issues, but everything else was in pretty good shape of this. Not a highly expensive card, but very cool. Another one that I like to display around my home. And I love these early 90s refractors that I unfortunately was just getting out of the hobby right around the time they came out. So I'm back around to pick some of those up. Card number 17 here is kind of an odd one. It is going to be low numbered. It is a Jamarcus Russell rookie card, numbered out of 139, and this is the red version from his rookie year. The only copy left on ComC, and I don't know, I really liked following his career. The unfortunate blow up there at the end kind of stinks, but it's cool to now collect him at a very reasonable price. And hey, there's only 139 of these in the world, and I've now got one, so why not throw it in here? I didn't do these on economic value overall. I just wanted to show off some of my coolest grabs of the year, and that's exactly what we're looking at here. Jamarcus Russell, Topps Chrome Red out of 139. This is, I believe, a 2007. Number 16 here is going to start a string of rookie cards that I had graded. So we've got a first up Hall of Famer here of Roy Halladay. This was pulled from a rookie card explosion box. It's a 97 Bowman Chrome. Came back in a PSA 9. Now, I did grab this card at the end of 2020, but it came returned in 2021 from PSA. So beautiful addition there from Roy Halladay, Bowman Chrome from 97. Him and Beltray are out of that year. Next up, very recently featured in one of my videos, came back from SGC at a 9.5. I'm really proud of this grade for Buster Posey, who recently retired and is having a good shot at the Hall of Fame in the next 5 years, maybe a little longer. So this one's going to be in my PC for quite some time, and I love that I got such a good grade. I was very picky about what I send out with those black borders, and came back with that 9.5 Mint Plus. And card number 14 is going to end this run of baseball rookie cards. Very proud of this one. A Gem Mint 10 of Scott Rowland. He is here on this prospect card. I don't know yet if this is going to be the card of choice as his featured rookie card. It is his first Topps. I'm assuming it'll be a Bowman, if anything, but this one has a good shot, and it doesn't gem at a high rate. I think I looked it up. It was below 20%. So really tough to find. I grabbed 5 copies off of ComC and only sent 1 out to grade because of the centering here, and was handsomely rewarded for that. Card number 13 coming up here. This one is my very first Pokemon card I added to my collection. Got it off of ComC last month. We are looking at the 1997 Pokemon Jungle Japanese number 25 of Pikachu. This isn't a foil version or anything, but it's in pretty decent shape. It just costs a few dollars raw. I'm not even sure what these go for graded, but it was my first, and you always remember your first. Am I right?
Oscar, would you reach over and touch his thing? That's what he said.
Pikachu from Japan, 1997. My first Pokemon. Coming up here at number 12 is going to be my one and only HGA graded card. This is going to be of Simone Biles. I think they call this her rookie card. This is the bronze version. I'm really not sure what the difference is other than probably this metal down here. It's one of the very few that has a gem grade that I could find from HGA, and from PSA they're pretty tough as well. So I think they have centering issues. So you see the 9.0 centering on this one, but everything else was a 9.5 here. Felt badly for her when she struggled through the Summer Olympics, but looking for big things from her in the future. The GOAT of women's gymnastics, Simone Biles. Coming up at number 11, before we head into the top 10, is going to be a Tom Brady from SGC Gem Mint 10 2008 Topps Finest Refractor. So this is like a little mini set, but there are not a ton of the refractor versions, and I was just happy to grab this in the Gem Mint 10 version. I did a podcast with Splendid Sports Cards earlier this fall talking about my focus switching to SGC graded 10s of Tom Brady moving forward, as PSA has gotten a little out of control, where I think 10s in SGC could easily catch up to PSA, if not narrow that gap in the future. So keep your eyes peeled. There could be another one out there in the top 10. It's a little hint as we move into it. Let's go now. Number 10, you saw the Tom Brady out here from my Secret Santa, that game used patch. And we've got a PSA return this year of an Edelman rookie card. So we're about to feature our second rookie card of Julian Edelman out here in front of you. This is when he was with the Flashes at Kent State. This one's numbered to 399. Came in this one touch here from eBay. Not sure yet if I'll ever get it graded, but I have always wanted to add this SPX rookie. I think it's out of 2009. Here it is. Again, a low numbered serial card from Jules. Just continuing to add these to my collection. I've got a few more to go. In fact, I want to get a couple from the Topps Platinum here. I just learned only a few weeks ago that there's a red version out of 25 of that, because I saw one pop up on eBay. So that one is definitely in focus for 2022. Number 9 is going to be, I believe, our second of 3 autographs that are going to be featured here. This is an on-card purple of David Ortiz. Look at that beautiful signature. And we are very low numbered, 2 of 10 here for Big Papi, potentially heading to the Hall of Fame next year as well. So don't sleep on any of his rookies or autos. They for sure will see a bump as soon as he enters the Hall of Fame. Just want to show the back of that there. The red ink autograph card from 2019 Topps Diamond Icons. Big Papi, David Ortiz. Number 8, as big of a collector I am for Tom Brady. We've got a lot of additions here in our top 21 for the year. This is going to be his official second year card. There were only 3 different cards made in 2001 of Brady. This is one of them from Upper Deck Rookie FX. In a PSA 9, PSA 10 copies of this have hit the 5-figure mark. I'm sorry, not the 5-figure mark, the $5,000 mark recently. So those become unattainable, but I grabbed this one in January of 21 as he was heading into the playoffs and had no idea he was about to win another championship. So I got this at a tremendous deal, and it basically doubled overnight after that Super Bowl win. So this one's in my PC for a long time anyway. I absolutely adore this card, and I have a pretty good copy here in Mint 9 of Tom Brady from 2001. Number 7 is going to be another raw card, one that doesn't cost a fortune, but another that I love because Stadium Club and the Chrome versions go so beautifully hand in hand. We've got Soto in his wide stance there, staring down the pitcher, ready to just destroy another baseball. One of my favorite cards of the year, not only for this, but because it got so much love on Instagram. Not a huge Instagram person. I'm just not a fan of the platform overall for cards. But this got so much love because of how I described it, saying, hey, you don't need to buy the most expensive cards out there. Just buy what you love. And this is definitely one of those cards in my PC. Juan Soto, I think, is out of last year's, 2020. Topps Stadium Club Chrome. Gorgeous. Now, do I want to chase some of the parallels of this in the future? Absolutely. There's this a beautiful refractor version out there as well. Coming up on number 6, before we hit the top 5, is going to be a card that was sort of featured in my very last video. This is US 175, the 2016 Topps Update Mike Trout. Well, ooh, we've got a serial number on there. This one's out of 65. This is the black version. So that video prompted me to go out and find this card in other parallels. I've been still chasing a gold. I can't find a good price on one. I'd like it graded as well, but even some of the raw copies I've seen are a little bit overpriced. But man, I was so happy to land this one, I believe, for under $150. If you've seen my video, which sort of went viral recently, here is one of those Gem Mint copies that recently came back. It was a little experiment I did from ComC where I sent out every copy of this card from the site just to see how they would grade and give some people a starting point of what to expect in terms of some of those cards. That was a lot of fun to do as a video. All right, let's head into that top 5. Pulling up number 5 is going to be our one and only Project 70 card from Alex Pardee. Mike Trout's back-to-back. This was so beautiful when I first laid eyes on it. I wanted to add more Pardees this year, but this is the only one I grabbed, and it's still one of my favorite cards from 2021. The Mike Trout, look at that. He's, I guess, a scary fish looking out, ready to bash some baseballs with that Lucille-looking bat from The Walking Dead. How gorgeous is this, people? Had to go into the top 5. I absolutely adore this card. From Project 70, Alex Pardee, Mike Trout. Number 4 coming up here was so big. I did a live reveal on Pepino Man's stream back in the spring. This is an Alex Verdugo. I would call it an RPA. You don't hear that a lot in baseball because it doesn't really exist. We have got a 1-of-1 from Topps Definitive, Alex Verdugo. Now, do I wish he had a Red Sox cap on in this? Yes, I do. But we're happy to have him now from the Mookie Betts trade, and he has had an amazing 2 years with the Red Sox so far. Looking for big things in the future. Hopefully they keep him around and sign him to a long-term deal. Just 3 left. What could they be? This one is very special to me for a particular reason. It was a purchase from B-Roth 6. I think I got it after Ohtani started out hot for sure this year, maybe around May or June. So this is the rookie debut from Topps Update. Now, why is this so special? Not only is it the rainbow foil version, I've got a bunch of the base of this. So the rainbows are getting more difficult to find, but that rookie debut was my 40th birthday. So I didn't realize that until just this year. I'm like, wow, that date is very special to me. So I'm out to collect as many of these that I can from the rainbow. As you know, many of them have gotten out of hand. Like I think the Independence Day I've looked at is easily 4 figures now in a PSA 10. So some of these will probably never be attainable to me again, but I just love it because of that date being so special to me. Great card for my collection for that reason alone. Number 3 here, Shohei Ohtani. Down to the last 2. We've got a goat and a mini goat. So first up here, again, another SGC from Tom Brady. This is going to be a 2014 Silver Prism. You know what? This might be the first time I've ever showed this on video. It was another fall edition to the PC where I was out for those SGC 10s. I think a PSA 10 of this had sold for just under $3,000 the last time I looked, and this one was under $1,000. So again, that disparity between the two companies just doesn't make sense to me, given the pedigree of both. And I feel like a card like this will eventually catch up to that PSA 10 version. Maybe it's even a crossover candidate if I ever decide to unload it, but why am I gonna release the GOAT out into the wild again when this one just sits so pretty in my collection? This SGC 10 2014 Silver Prism of Brady. And lastly, I don't need to slow roll or anything. If you watch my channel, you know this was my biggest addition of the year. This is going to be a Mac Jones RPA out of 5 from Absolute. Didn't cost me a dime out of pocket. I did have to give up 9 PSA 10 Tom Brady's in return to get this. So happy I landed it. I don't care if they've lost the last 2 weeks. I don't care if they lost for my first game I ever attended in person at Gillette Stadium to the Bills last week. This is still beautiful, and it's going to sit in my collection for a long time. I still have big hopes for them in the playoffs. You know, a little adversity here at the end of the season, I think, was good for them. They're still going to get in. They're still going to be in a wild card game and look to at least win 1 or 2, if not get to the AFC Championship. Let's go. So I hope you not only enjoyed that top 21 of my grabs from 2021, but also enjoyed your hobby time in 2021. Let's hear some of your goals down below. Leave a comment. What are your biggest goals for 2022 and beyond in terms of the hobby? What are some of those cards you're chasing, looking after? Love to hear it, from vintage to ultra modern and everything in between. Non-sports, sports cards, you name it. We love it all here at the Bowman 1951 channel. We will see you on the flip side into 2022. Bowman 1951 out.